Hello and welcome everyone to the Homo Complexus podcast. I'm very excited to announce this. This has been burning deep in my soul for a while, and I just really love sharing the history of the world, the history of humankind, our interaction with the natural world around us, with other people. I think it's a really fascinating thing, and there are so many nooks and crannies, unexplored corners that no one really talks about today. It's highly politicized. I think it's always been, but especially today. And despite having, AI and the world at our fingertips with our phones, most people still live in very insular, isolated worlds, at least in terms of the history that they know. Now, I have to admit, if you listen to the first few episodes of this, where I was still a novice, I introduced myself as Richard Likes History or History with Richard. It's all the same thing. I have to admit that I'm not the first person to come up with Homo Complexus, which is just a play on the Latin name for modern humans, Homo sapiens, which means wise man, sapiens meaning wise. Me and apparently some French philosopher guy called Edgar Morin had the same idea and thought that was a pretty hubristic and stupid, arrogant thing to call ourselves, because we're not wise at all. And he, I think, had the same sort of idea as me. He apparently argued probably much more or much better than I can about how we were both sapiens and demens, so both wise and insane and delusional, both faber and ludens, hardworking and technical yet playful, economicus and mythologicus, as in we are both calculating yet driven by myths and magic. So to condense all of that into sapiens is highly arrogant in my opinion, and highly incorrect. So Homo Complexus, complexus meaning complex, I think is a good way to sum up what humanity is. So just as a bit of a warning, I'm a fairly moment-to-moment person, so I'm not going to commit to doing, releasing these episodes at a certain time every week. I also don't know what it's going to be like once I start studying again full time. But at the moment, I'm sort of doing 1 or 2 a week, and I'm really, really enjoying it. So I hope that even if I have study or work or children later in life, that I'll still be able to do at least 1 episode a week or once every 2 weeks or so. And you'll see that the topics don't really flow on from each other. You might find it quite challenging. We're jumping around quite a bit through time and space. But not only is that just the way my brain works, that is, I think, quite an accurate way to go through history. I think timelines are ridiculous. I think focusing on certain points in history and following one geographic area in isolation through a time period is ridiculous, because we have always lived together in a big ecosystem, harmoniously or not harmoniously, on this planet. And to isolate any one area or any one time period, any one point of view even, is just stupid in my opinion. So apologies for jumping around all the time, although I think you'll find that there are some consistent themes, and that we are all of us, all living things, not just humans, linked in more ways than what most politicians will tell you nowadays. So I hope you enjoy, and it's been a pleasure making the first 10 or so episodes. So I will see you on the next one, and stay curious always.